Are you ready to dive into Lightroom and start editing your images? Well, in today's Emmagraphy quick fix video, I'm going to show you how. We're going to start with the basics and then we'll go from there. All right, here we are. We're in the library module. So we're looking at the grid format. Down here are some icons that may interest you. So here's the grid icon. If I want to see an individual photo, you can click on this icon here, the square box. If you want to scroll through images, just simply use the arrow keys on your keyboard, forward and back. If you'd like to compare an image side by side, you can click on the X and the Y icon. And if you want to go back to grid mode, just click on the grid icon. If you like to zoom in, you can double click the image and you can use the Command plus key if you're on a Mac, or Control plus if you're on a PC, or Command minus for Mac, Control minus for PC to zoom in. So I'm going to go Command minus and then Command plus to zoom in, Command minus to zoom out. You can also use, I'm on a laptop, I can click on it and then use my mouse pad to zoom in and zoom out, but it's not as easy to do. So that's just a quick little rundown on the library module. Now we're going to go into the develop module and time for a little bit of fun. All right, so here's the develop module. We're going to concentrate on just this panel here today. We'll work through the others in another video. If you want to see what's in the others, you can just click on these little triangles. They expand and contract. So you can go through all of those. But for now, we're going to work through here. So first of all, we might come in here and we've got the histogram up here. And this just gives you the exposure. As you can see, it's slightly underexposed, but that's okay. And then it's got your camera settings as well, just always interesting to know. All right, this little icon is crop. So I want to crop this because there's a bee. I actually really want to zoom in here to highlight the bee. So here's a couple of things to note with the crop is you can click on here and then you can make it into different crops as you like, or you can do as shot. You might notice that I've got this composite grid over it. So I like to use this grid when I'm editing my photos, but you can change this like to the rule of thirds or to the ratio, the golden ratio spiral. So to do that, I just simply, first of all, you go up. I'll better show you. Go up into tools and to tool overlay, and then I've got on mine always show. I like that. That's up to you. You can turn it off if you like. Never show, always show, auto show. And then if you wanted to change this, just simply hit O on your keyboard and then you can change it. That's the rule of thirds. I like this triangle one, but that's completely up to you. So click on crop now. If you want to, I'm going to leave it as shot. The lock means that it'll keep the aspect ratio when we come in here. But if you unlock it, it means I can move the sides in. You can actually really custom crop it. Okay. You can hit the reset button down here if you want to go back to what it was originally. So let's crop it to something. You can drag it up using the hand. And I want a little bit less. Come in here. Just give it a little bit more detail. Try not to cut off that leaf there. All right, that's pretty good. Now you can also straighten it a little bit if you want, just by see how the icon changed to some little, what would you call it, little arrows, I guess. So you can use this to straighten it a little bit. And then When you're happy with it, you can hit enter or close. Up here, I just like to hit enter. Okay, we're going to come, now we need to zoom in. I've cropped it in. All right, so that's the crop tool. We'll go through these tools on another day. Now let's work our way down this basic panel. So here you've got the white balance, so you can change the temperature. If you like, anytime you want to reset it, you can just double click on that little triangle and go back to what it was originally. You can change it here to different settings, like auto is not bad. It just depends on the image and what you're going for. If you wanted to, say you had a grey card and you wanted a pure white, you could use this little dropper and you put it right on the purest white. And I think these flowers are pink, so we're not quite going to get it, but I'll just show you. Just click on it and then it'll set the white balance for you. But I actually quite like the auto, so I'm going to go with auto. All right, so this is also the tint, which is good for skin tones if you want to change that. I don't really use this much, only on occasion. And so I'll double click that. I don't really need it for the bee. Now here's this exposure, so it's just lightening it up. I'm going to go there because I want it quite light. You can add in a little bit of contrast. If you go too far, look, it's too contrasty, not enough. Put it there. This is highlights, changing the brightest part of the image. Don't really need to worry about that today. Or we could bring it down a little bit to bring in some detail of the flowers. Yeah, we might do that. The shadows I like to play with. Whites, there's a whites in the image, there's not really whites in here, so we're going to leave it. If you wanted to know if you've clipped the whites, for instance, if you're editing, you can hold down the option key. Let's see that? That means we've clipped it. If we bring it back, that means it's not clipped anymore. Well, we don't need to. Same with the black. You can hold down the option. There we go, that's clipped. We want to pull, and I don't mind clipping a little bit. Just, it's probably a little bit too technical, but thought I'll show you anyway. Then you've got the texture. Look at that. Well, it really brings out look at the detail in the bee on that. That's awesome. All right. Might add a little bit because it's a bee and we want to bring out his details. Don't want to overdo it though. Then you can add in some clarity. It's really personal what you like in your image. And then this can be good depending on the image, but I don't really need it for this one, the dehaze. Vibrance, I do like. So if I can say it, sorry. Vibrance changes the color tones in your image. So just like that, and I would like to add a little touch in your image. And saturation changes the tones in the overall image, which I rarely touch. I don't really touch that. Now that I've done that, sometimes I like to come back in here and lift my image a little bit more. That's completely up to you. Then if you want to see a before and after, you can click on this little eye. I think there's a little bit too much contrast here. Turn that down. Right, I think that's better. And just if you want to compare the before and after, you can click on the YY here to compare your edits. We click back to just the main photo. This is, if you want to use this as your reference image for all your other edits, you can click on Alright, so that's your reference, and you're just going to drag and drop a photo. Whoops. And then we want to change. There we go. So now you can reference one and edit the other. So there you have it. That's the basic panel in Lightroom. That's enough to hopefully get you started on your journey. Have fun with it and enjoy. Thank you for watching another Emmagraphy quick fix video, and stay tuned to the next one. Bye for now.